Hello everyone, this is Sian, Archer and Olive Ambassador, also known as @PerceiveGrace, both on Instagram and YouTube. Today I'm going to be setting up a fall or autumn cleaning spread in my bullet journal with you today. So I pulled some things from my collection that are fall themed. So I have these stickers from Archer and Olive, washi tape from Archer and Olive, some papers from Archer and Olive, and tabs there as well. And then on Canva, I did kind of curate and save my own like monthly scripts with some free use images there that obviously were fall themed. I'm using the B5 size Neapolitan notepad from Archer and Olive, and then I pulled a scrapbook paper in a print that I thought really complemented the stickers and the washi tape. I'm gonna get started here. I just simply lay down the scrapbook paper as a background. I really love doing this. If you've seen other videos from me with Archer and Olive, I do have one talking about using scrapbooking paper in your bullet journal, and I also have one that goes over creating your own stickers on Canva Pro, so you can refer to both of those videos if you want more information about maybe why and how I like to incorporate things like that in my bullet journal. But when I lay down scrapbook paper in my bullet journal as background, I always like to add the washi tape into the center, and I don't quite cut the scrapbook paper the entire width of the bullet journal page. And what this does is just ensure that no matter how much scrapbook paper you use in your bullet journal, no matter how many spreads have it, you'll be able to close your bullet journal at the end of the day. No matter how thick it gets, you'll still be able to close your bullet journal. So whenever I use scrapbook paper, I always like to create that washi tape center there because it adds to the full page effect, but doesn't bring the thickness of the scrapbook paper towards the middle of the binding. And if you're going to layer scrapbook paper in your bullet journal, you obviously need some sort of adhesive, whether it's glue or roller adhesive tape. I highly recommend using permanent roller adhesive tape. It works very well for me, and it doesn't like warp or affect your pages at all like glue might do so. Here I'm pulling that craft notepad dot grid paper from that notepad, and I am going to layer this on top of the scrapbook paper so we still have our dot grid pages and this full effect and whatnot. And I chose the craft paper because it obviously makes me think of fall, and I'm just taping it on here as well like I did the scrapbook paper, and we're going to create our spread on top of this. Next up, I'm using some of that Archer and Olive scrap paper I have here in this like really beautiful fall orange to stamp my header, which is going to be autumn cleaning. Now, I misspelled autumn. I know I mixed up the last two letters. I apologize for that. It is so hopefully something you can ignore, and hopefully you won't make the same mistake as me when you do this spread in your bullet journal if you decide to copy me. What's funny is I was gonna have it say fall cleaning, and then I was like, no, autumn cleaning sounds really nice, and then I misspelled autumn. So please ignore that, but I'm using Archer and Olive stamps here, and again, just stamping it out. I was gonna letter it as well, but whenever I think of fall, stamps do kind of give me like a fall vibe. Like whenever I want to use alphabet stamps or letter stamps, I find that I tend to want to use them in fall, so I decided to do that. I thought it was a nice touch, and here I'm just gonna tape them in as my header. At the bottom, I thought it would be smart to create boxes for September, October, and November because there might be things in your fall cleaning list that you do in one month versus another. Like for example, where I live, it does not really start feeling like fall until like mid-October, I would say, and so I wouldn't change my closets maybe until October to get the sweaters and the boots out, things like that. So I thought it just also looked really nice to have that down there, and you can kind of organize what you want to do in each month within your fall cleaning schedule. My fall cleaning spread has like 4 categories, I would say. So we have like a deep clean category where you might have things on your list that you have not gotten to, maybe since spring cleaning, or maybe you did recently do it over the summer, something like that. So I just wanted to create a checklist of like priority deep clean things. Everyone's list is going to be very different probably, especially depending if you live in a house or an apartment, or if you live with someone else, whatever. So I just kind of wanted to keep that simple as just like a major checklist. But I also created like a little section for change your closets, because I think most people do that. You obviously want to replace your summer clothing with more weather wise clothing and like your sweaters and your boots, and so that's a pretty straightforward task item where there isn't like much nuance involved with doing that. So I just added there, bring out the sweaters and the boots. As always, there will be a pre-made printable freebie in the corresponding blog post to this video, so check that out if you don't have the time or don't want to make a spread. The next section I like to think about when I'm doing fall cleaning is declutter from the chaos of summer. Summer, in my opinion, is definitely the most energized of all of the seasons. You're doing a lot. You probably have a lot of activities going on. Maybe you bring a lot into your home, like activity-wise or things like that. And so taking a second to recognize, like, what did I bring in here over the summer? Like, what have I accumulated? What did I accumulate last fall that I no longer want? So things like that are something to think about. And then of course, fall decor, that's obviously the fun part. When I think of fall decor, I think of pillows and blankets and bringing out the fall mugs and candles in different scents, and like maybe changing out your hand soap so it's fall scented, things like that. So I just created a mini checklist for that. I'm very simple when it comes to decor in general, and you can always make this section larger if you're more into decorating that way. That is going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out that blog post in correspondence with this video. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you in our next video.